I think what I was saying is that everything in life is energy, right?
Yes.
And so everything in life is attracted to energy.
Agreed.
So people don't need you to pray for them, or they do, because that's kind of giving energy. But more than praying for them, they probably need food, because that gives them more energy, right?
Okay.
Or they need people who are vibrating in high energy, because so much in our society is draining energy.
Yes.
It's draining energy. You know what I mean? So people have a deficit of energy.
Yes. So they're looking to
replenish that energy.
Yes.
So if you are a person with high energy, you know, whether it comes in the form of money, you know, or actual raw physical energy, which is evident in your physical composition, or you offer insights into new knowledge, original ideas, you know, that kind of energy, you're attractive.
Yeah.
To everybody and everything. So, like I was saying, everybody wants more energy, because more energy gives you that capacity to propel, right? Like to shoot forward. You know what I mean? So, in a sense, I've come to learn that the more I've conserved my energy, the more attractive I've become.
More attractive to whom? To
everything.
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 Okay.
Whether it be, you know, animals, children, men, women, everything is more attractive, because it's magnetism. It's like energy attracts energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with anything else. Now, there are measurements of energy, like I said.
Yeah.
You know, money is a great one, because you cannot have money unless you're attached to some type of energy.
Yeah, or without expending energy.
Without expending energy, right? Somebody at some point has to expend energy to attract that money.
Exactly.
Whether you're attached to it or whether it's you, makes no difference. But, you know, it shows in the things that in the moves that you make, and the things that you possess, right? That, okay, this person either has money or is attached to money.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just by the way they are. So that's attractive.
Yeah.
So it's not the money that's intrinsically attractive to people. It's the energy.
Okay.
Because it's self-evident, right? Like, if somebody's driving a Rolls Royce, you know that's not a bum.
No.
You know what I mean? They're attached to something.
Although in the US they could have rented it, but I get your point.
But they're still attached to something.
Yes.
Because nobody can just go off the street and get into a Rolls Royce. You know what I mean? They're attached to something.
That is true.
You know, so that's where you get those, you know. And bro, these these gold digger videos, or
I don't know what you're talking about. What the gold?
No, I'm saying I've seen some gold digger videos.
Okay.
I've seen some gold digger videos, right? Like people are like, okay, it's clickbait basically, because, well, for one, they're showing all these attractive women, which is always going to be clickbait, but all they're really doing is demonstrating the nature of a woman, all women. You understand what I mean? It's just this way it's sped up, but it's the nature of all beings. They're attracted to energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, of course, once they see that you drive a certain type of car, they know you're attached to resources. So of course you immediately become more beautiful. You know what I mean?
But to me that is not
immediately more beautiful.
That is not true. That is not true beauty. To me, what I mean as far as that energy, that is fake. I think we had this discussion before.
I'm just saying I don't want people to put a bad name and call people gold diggers.
Oh, got you.
We are all gold diggers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Some of us are just more honest than others. You know what I mean?
So,
some of us are more intelligent and are able to.
So how would the men be a gold digger? In what scenario? Except the opposite one where it's going.
Well, you're coding, right? Yes. That's digging for gold. Because you get a lot of gold when you do that, right?
But
now imagine you didn't have the intellect to do that.
Yes.
How would you get gold?
How would I get gold?
Yeah.
I could use my physical strength. I could go walk somewhere.
Okay, so what's wrong with a woman using her allure, her physical strength, to get gold?
Nothing.
There's nothing wrong with it. That's just the. It's just.
But I think what some men or what a lot of men find funny is that they can be. They are the same person, the same person, without the car. You know, they can be.
They're
talking
not the same person.
No. Here's the thing. Because what makes a person is a lot of things, right? What makes a person attractive is a lot of things. Yeah. I think what men find kind of funny is that they are they can meet a woman, the woman pass them by, but as soon as they show or they present themselves with some riches, let's say, the woman is not attracted. The woman is not attracted to them, the person. The woman is attracted to the thing that surrounds them. Whereas men, when they see a woman, they're attracted to her body, to her, and then they're attracted to the physical body, to the person, to part of the person.
No, hold on. Explain that again.
I say, okay, what bothers certain men, right, is that you see me, I'm dressed a certain way. The woman see me, I'm dressed a certain way. I'm talking to her, right? So she can kind of feel my personality for those first 2 or 5 minutes. She has a vibe, she has an instinct, right? A natural instinct. Let's say, for example, she doesn't feel me when I'm talking to her for whatever reason. She doesn't. She says no, and she says no, I'm not interested. But let's say now I go to a Rolls Royce, which is my car. Now she comes back.
It becomes a 10. Your face instantly changes into
no. That's the thing. It's not me. It is the Rolls Royce. So my point to you is this. My point to you is that she's not attracted to me, Chris. She's attracted to what does Chris can do for me. What does Chris can provide? Because like you said, that car represents energy. Is attached to something. To some traits that I might have. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, when a man is attracted to a woman, it's based on, for example, the first time I see her, it's based on her physical appearances. It's who she is. It's part of who she is. And then, when we get to talking, right?
You think you can have a wife with no job?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I can.
You lose your job, let's see how long you can keep your wife.
You say, sorry. You're asking if I can be married without having a job. Of course not.
There you go. You just answered.
But actually, that is not true. Because in my own, without getting into too much detail, in my own situations, I had a period where I didn't have a job, and my wife still married me.
I'm not talking about a period. I'm talking about perpetually.
Perpetually? No, because one of the things that the man is supposed to do is provide for his family.
You can survive without having a job. You can be beggar. Asking for stuff. But you still live, right?
Yes, but
you're not getting a woman.
No, but if I become a beggar, there's nothing wrong with begging if you have no choice. But I will not be proud of myself for doing that.
Right. If you have no choice, then you're begging, right? Does somebody come in here?
Or is it upstairs?
Maybe upstairs.
Yeah.
But look. Okay. Here's the scenario, right? You go out, you pay a woman for sex.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people do it. I've done it. Okay? Pay a woman for sex. It's completely transactional. You don't have to worry about her medical condition or her whining or anything like that. I think that's why it's attractive to a lot of people. And then they also get to talk about their, stuff, whatever it is, right? You pay a certain solid fee. You know what I mean? It's already established. Boom. But to get married, right? You also need to be bringing in a check, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So one would even argue It's way more expensive because now you even have to do. I mean, but it's safer, obviously, and it also creates an environment where
to raise a family.
You can raise a family, and there can be some type of uniformity and all these kinds of socially accepted things, right? But still, you can't take away from the fact that you need to be bringing home a check. And the moment you don't bring home a check, right?
Yeah.
You have maybe 6 months, maybe up to 3 years or so.
Yeah.
Before somebody gets fed up.
Yes.
And you don't have that situation anymore, right?
That's correct.
So now, is that to say there's something wrong with that woman? She doesn't like you for you now because you're not bringing home a check. She's not staying with you. Because it happens across the board.
That is correct.
This is just the gold digging scenario is just sped up because there's some women who are, who are just upfront about it. Like, look, man, whatever, you're a dude. There's millions of you. You know what I mean? They're looking at you like that, and we're talking about a specific class of women, a specific window of women here, because the younger ones, they're not really worried so much about security and all these other things. So maybe they'll look at you and say, oh, he's handsome, tall, whatever, he's ripped, I'll talk to him. They're more so on that biological, I like him for this.
Yes.
The older women, they've dealt with a lot of different things already, so they don't have, and their friends already, bro, just look for the bag, you know what I mean? Their friends are already in their ear about that, you know what I mean? And especially if they don't have anything else like to lean back on, like an education or anything, or they just go based on their body, their looks. Obviously, they're gonna try to leverage that to acquire resources, right?
Yeah.
Now, some of them are psychologically smarter. They're not gonna come off and they'll probably be able to read signs and say, okay, this dude is dressed like this, his voice like this. He must have, But at the end of the day, bro, it goes back to the fact that once you show that you have energy, you know what I mean, you become attractive. Now, think about somebody talking to you, right? Is the way you look right now. This is how the way you look right now. You approach a woman. You're like, yeah, whatever. It's nice. You're a nice guy. Whatever it is. And then she walks away. And then you turn around. You see a Rolls Royce Shadow.
Yeah.
$300,000 car.
Yeah.
And you're walking into it comfortable. You don't think you're gonna become instantly more attractive? Instantly, you think Jay-Z is attractive to a normal looking person? Normal, just on a sexual marketplace as far as looks go.
He's tall.
You know what I mean? You think he's attractive?
Yes, and attributes. No homo. He's tall. Is that what, 6'1", 6'2"?
Jay-Z is not a pretty boy.
No, of course, he's not a pretty boy,
but he is a pretty boy because he's a billionaire.
Men are not supposed to be pretty.
I'm just saying. But pretty boys and funny guys always get women across the board, right? It doesn't matter what the situation is.
I would say
they do. Trust me. The pretty boy is always gonna get women.
Yes, if you're pretty boy and you're corny, you're not gonna keep a woman for long.
Not keep them, but you definitely will
get.
They'll keep talking to you.
It opens the door.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it does open the door.
You have to have a personality, though.
What?
You have to have a personality.
There are other things to keep them, but what I'm trying to say is in this cold approach scenario that we're talking about, this gold digging cold approach scenarios, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you're a pretty boy, it doesn't matter if you're parked next to a Rolls Royce, or if you're funny, man, you can keep their attention long enough.
That is correct.
You know what I mean?
That is correct.
Now, on the flip side, right? Forget the Rolls Royce. If you're a high vibing person, a high vibing human being, you have essentially a lot of energy vibing from you, and this is where I can speak from and attest from.
Okay.
You will attract women.
Okay.
They won't know why, but they'll just come up to you.
Okay.
And you have an opening.
And what does energy means to you?
Energy.
Because you're talking about energy now. That if you are.
This is energy emanating from you. It has nothing to do with anybody seeing what you have or whatever. But naturally, it speaks for itself. You can always there's a scenario where like. some people, like, you know, they have a good body, they have a 9 to 5.
Yes.
You know, they have all these things going for them, like men, right? And they feel like they're doing everything right with their women.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, a dude like me walks in the room, you know what I mean? And there's some attention is diverted.
Yes.
And it doesn't make sense because it's not perceivable to the eye, you know what I mean? What makes you an alpha is none of those other traits. It's more so the energy, you know, that you can exude. Speaking this from experience, it's a charisma, whatever you want. It manifests as charisma, as confidence or whatever. But everybody can tell the room is shifted when a charismatic or an energetic alpha walks in the room, and it has nothing to do with any of all these other qualities.
What I do believe is that charisma and confidence comes from the things that you do every day. Confidence is not innate. That confidence that people are talking about is bravado, and bravado is not the same thing as confidence. For example, I am confident that if I get into a fight, I have 60-70% chance of surviving, right? Because I've done it a couple of times. You see what I'm saying? Or I'm confident that if I pick up a bar of 200 pounds and on a chest press, I'm confident that I will be able to do it because I've done it several times. You see what I'm saying? Now, for me, it's not because somebody is how can I say this? For me, a confident person is somebody that has done the work on themselves, and then therefore that confidence will exert naturally. But the bravado where you just say, okay, I'm this, I'm that. No, if you don't have the elements to back it up, it's false confidence. You see what I mean?
Right.
So to me, like you don't even have to, like a confident person don't have to tell you they are confident. You will just see. You see what I mean? They don't have to talk. They don't have to do anything.
Exactly. And this comes to my point exactly, which is like, let's look at kids, for instance.
Yes.
Right? Everybody's attracted to kids.
Pause. In what sense?
No, I'm not talking about like. Come on, man. I'm not talking about like in the sexual sense.
You have to make it clear today.
I'm saying everybody's attracted to like the energy of, even older people are attracted to the life energy of kids.
Okay.
Everybody would talk to, you know, the baby talk. They don't know how to talk, but they're magnetic. Let me say, right?
Yes.
Everybody finds children magnetic.
Yes.
Right? Why is that?
I can tell you why. Especially when they are babies. When they are babies, like very small, it's a way of nature, God, to protect them. Because like when you see a baby, it's even for the most psychotic person in the world, it's very hard to harm a baby.
Why is that?
Because their differences, they're so cute.
Everything is cute. It's like grown people who are cute, but
no, you don't understand. They have that innocence. They have that what you call that energy. Whatever you call that.
Life, unfiltered energy.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
But my point is, I think it's there was some studies that were made. I don't remember which one, but that like it's a way, I think, of nature to protect them. So basically, it triggers something in us that even like the most evil people.
There's innocence.
Yes, that thing.
There's the innocence.
The most evil people won't harm a baby. Why is that? They will kill anything, but they won't harm a baby. I think it's hardwired in us not to do that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. They still have that pure life force energy. Yeah. All they do is emanating life force energy. You know what I mean? So, what if one could tap? Because that energy doesn't go away. Does it go away? Because now you have a big body.
That's a good question.
You know what I mean? You still have that energy. But what's really hindering it from coming out?
Life.
It's the fact that now you think, now you know what you like, now you know you have opinions, you have all these different things that are added onto you as you grow.
Yes, that's
you know what I mean? So that reduces your charm. It messes your face up. It does all these different things. But basically, you still have that energy flowing through you. It's not like energy, you have a different type of energy flowing through you. It's just that now you're filtered through your thinking, right? Through the things that have been added onto you. You understand what I mean? So that's what I mean when I say you can still have that charm of that that if children have, you know what I mean? If you're able to remove certain filters that have been added onto you and still function like a human being, right?
Yeah, sure.
You understand? That's what I mean by I say energy. Now, what's the key difference between adults and children?
The key difference is one of the key differences is the time, innocence. Adults have experience. They have more scars on them. As far as life hitting them.
Knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge. Yes.
Knowledge of good and evil. That's
yes.
what the Bible says, right?
Yes.
Knowledge of good and evil. What is knowledge of good and evil?
Good and evil. That's a good question. Well, knowing what is wrong and what is right.
Let's think about that symbolically. What could knowledge of good and evil be? You know what I mean? Because that's the key difference that the kids have, and you notice kids always have unlimited energy.
Yes, that's correct.
You know what I mean?
That's correct.
Do they have access to a different type of world than we? No, they don't. It's all the same energy flowing through us. They're able to actuate it more. Yeah. What's the key difference though?
Children don't have sex.
Not only that, they're not thinking about it.
That is correct.
They're not thinking about it.
That is correct.
The moment I started having sex is when, and I think
so we
the forbidden fruit is pussy.
So you're going to blame women now?
I'm not blaming women, I'm blaming pussy.
The pussy is attached to the vacuum.
I said I'm not blaming women, I'm blaming pussy.
Come on, man. Okay.
I think because look, it's a woman that was introduced. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you take the text literally.
And then, well, you can't take it literally because it would be too silly to do that. It's a symbolic thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but let's look at the structure of it. What happens? You know, there's a man and then there's a woman. You know, the apple has to be pussy.
Okay, that's an interpretation. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
I mean, think about it.
No.
What happened to you the moment you started having sex? You got knowledge of good and evil.
The moment I started having sex, it was great.
Yeah, but
it was great. Right. Because if you don't have sex, you cannot reproduce. You cannot continue humanity. You see, so we need to have sex.
Yeah, but we don't need to be thinking about it 24/7.
No, but we are also hardwired like that. Men, especially. Let me say that.
No, they're not.
Men. I'm talking about males.
No, they're not. Because little boys don't think about it like that.
No, but little boys. Okay, let's do an experiment. Don't show porn to any little boy. Don't show anything to any little boy. Keep them in an environment where they're innocent. No, you take them in the wood, whatever. No TV, nothing. You just raise them, and then wait until they become 14, 15, 16.
What I'm saying is,
meaning that naturally they will want, like their body, like the hormones and everything, they will want to experience that.
Yeah, but
naturally, like without any prompting, you see.
Yeah, but there's a difference with going out, seeing a beautiful woman or whatever, and then being stimulated, right?
Yes, yeah.
There's a difference. That's a physical thing. That's a physical interaction.
Yeah.
You know, now when that now moves into the mind where now you're thinking about it 24/7, it's a different thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's what you're saying.
It's not just I'm gonna go out and because animals, I don't think they're sitting down thinking about sex 24/7. But if they go out and they see something, then something happens, right?
Yeah.
But we now, you know what I mean, have reached a point where it's like because we have such they say men can be worse than even the animals because they have imagination. They can do things even worse than the beast because they have imagination, right? So the moment sex moves from the physical into the mind, it can now be a 24/7 thing, right? Yeah. And the major fact is it's a big drain of energy.
Okay.
It's a big drain of energy.
Okay.
And it's specifically for men.
Why specifically for men?
Well, I mean, You know what happens when you have sex? You go to sleep, right?
Women also go to sleep.
Huh?
Women also go to sleep. If it's good.
Listen, a woman can knock down 10 men. Wash their pussy in the sink. You wouldn't even know. You won. You're out.
Yeah, for most men, yeah.
Understand what I mean? So it's like when it moves from the physical to the mental, and now, then this is what the trick of this porn is that it completely, it's almost like, I know how to put it, right? Women are regulated by nature, right?
Yeah.
Like, so when they're on their period, they lose energy. They lose energy.
Okay.
Right? At that time, they lose energy, and that's why they start acting, you know what I mean, like defensive and all this kind of weird because it's a time where they're releasing their life force, right? But they're naturally regulated. Men are not naturally regulated at this point exactly. Okay. So imagine like a man releasing is like a woman having a period. So basically it's like if you're releasing every day, you're having a period every day. Right? So you're going to be bitchy, moaning, doing all these low level things because it's like you're having your period every day.
I don't think men when they're releasing they're bitchy. I think it's the contrary.
You're definitely feminine. You're definitely feminine.
Well,
because if you have less energy, you know what I mean. You're scared. You're like, you don't have as much confidence. You know what I mean. And I know this from experience. You know what I mean. You approach the world in a different way. When I took a vow of celibacy, you know what I mean. I see things differently. My eye contact is different. My approach to the world is different. My confidence with people is different. You know what I mean? It's different than when I was looking at life in terms of like just how can I acquire more sex? You know what I mean? It's different. And now the scenario is, hey, I go out, if I get it, but I can't have it on my mind 24/7 because it drains your energy. And this society is training us to do that. To just be thinking about, why do you think there's all these advertisements? They selling beer, but it's a naked woman. Selling this, but it's a half naked woman. Always, everywhere you go.
It's to attract the consumer, man.
Right. But that puts you like in a frame of mind where you're always thinking about that shit. You know, and that's a major drain of your energy. This is why kids have unlimited energy. They're not thinking about that.
I got you.
This is why I have unlimited energy.
So are you telling us?
Thinking about that.
I'm
not telling anybody anything.
Are you telling us that?
I'm not telling anybody anything.
Are you saying?
I'm not saying anybody anything.
So should we?
I'm just pointing out the difference, and you've agreed that children have way more energy, and the only key difference is they're not thinking about sex 24/7.
So should we, as men, conserve our energy?
Regulate it.
Okay.
Because women have an advantage of us because they're naturally regulated.
And when you say conserve our energy, what does it mean concretely, in specific terms that everybody can understand?
Stop releasing your energy.
Okay. Basically, what we're saying here, stop jacking off, stop,
Releasing your most vital energy. That's the most vital energy you have.
Interesting.
That's the most vital energy you have because it creates a human being.
So then the question becomes, what if a man is married?
Again, why not go on the cycle of the woman?
So meaning what?
Me.
Because people
I've lived with a woman. When she's ready, you can't avoid her.
Like when she's ovulating?
You can't avoid her.
Okay. So that means that basically
you cannot. She's going to let you know. So and basically, if nobody's tapping it, she's going to let you know.
So basically only have sex when the woman is ovulating?
I just say follow her cycle.
That's her cycle.
She's naturally regulated.
Okay, so when she's ovulating, have sex at that point. So that means.
If it's your wife, yeah.
So that means that
you have no choice. She's gonna make you have sex.
No. We agree with that. So that means 3 days a month.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
I say whenever she wants, bro. Whenever she wants.
That's what it means. Because I think the woman will play for 2 or 3 days, right? Something like that.
I would say whenever you feel attracted to the physical person, but I wouldn't don't have it on your mind 24/7. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Don't have it on your mind 24/7 because it's draining a lot of your energy and it leads to a clouded mind.
Clouded mind, yeah. That I can agree with that.
It leads to a clouded mind. So if you keep that energy, then you have the ability to heal yourself. You have the ability to create. You don't have to necessarily create a human life. You can create. You can create other things and bring them into existence, into manifestation.
So basically, you're transmuting that energy.
Transmuting, yeah. You can transmute that sexual energy. It's because that energy has to express itself one way or another. And if it's not being expressed in creating a human life, it has to be, either, healing you or I don't know, creating a business or you're creating art or all these things that come out into existence need energy to be manifested, right?
I see.
So basically it's like there's a reason why sex sells, what I mean? Why porn is free is because what you're releasing is way more valuable.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? What you're giving is way more valuable than whatever they can make on that. So I think the Bible says, to inherit the kingdom you have to be childlike. Not childish, but childlike.
Childlike, yeah.
Childlike. You know what I mean? So having that innocence, but it doesn't mean you're gonna view the world. Imagine having your adult mind, you know what I mean, whatever it is, knowing how the world functions, but still preserving, even after you're being heartbroken or whatever, all these other things have happened to you, but still preserving that innocence. This is really the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Still preserving that childlike innocence, still having that sense of wonder in the world, even though you feel like you've been heartbroken. That's what having a pure heart is to have an innocent mind even after you've been heartbroken, to still believe in God, to still, even if the worst things have happened, whatever it is still to understand that. And a big part of it is to have enough energy to do that.
Gotcha.
So the secrets are always in nature. You just have to observe nature, what nature's doing. I think children come to us as a reset, right? To remind us.
Yes.
To remind us, really. That's the beautiful thing about life. When you have a child, your mind, your whole thing changes. It's a reset. It's a reset, bro, because you're looking at, I don't want to say, you're looking at God.
Yes.
When you're looking at an infant, you're looking at the pure essence of what God is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you still have humanity in you, you just have to respect. That's why everybody is drawn to that, because especially people who are depleted of energy, they're drawn to that because it's a reminder. And I think evil people don't really like it, to be reminded of innocence.
Oh, really?
So you will know people by how they interact with nature and how they interact with children.
I see.
People who don't like children, or who don't like animals, who don't like nature, and you know where they're at. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah. Because there's no reason not to like children.
No, that is for sure. Well, somebody can say they cry too much.
There's no reason not to like children, bro. There's no reason not to. And they cry for real reason. They never cry for no reason. They're not crying because they're 401k.
Got depleted.
You know what I mean? Or because somebody took their friend. Nah, they're not crying because of that. They're crying because they're hungry. Their diaper itches. You know, or they don't like somebody in their room. Somebody has a bad vibe.
Yeah.
You know, they because they're still attached to like purity. So they sense things on an energy level. And animals are even better because they keep this throughout life.
Yeah.
An animal will not lie to you. If they don't like your vibe, you're gonna know it. And especially cats. That's why I like to always have cats, because cats can see so many different dimensions and even into the spiritual world. So whenever a bad person walks in, or a person with that certain vibe walks in the room, a cat will let you know. They'll disappear. You know what I mean? Again, people have so many different theories about God and all, but God, you know, God's secret is in nature. It's working through nature.
Interesting. So, let's say if you get back on the topic of energy, let's say a man preserve his energy. What should he do with that excess energy? So, like for example, we are working out right now. So, what are the benefits of preserving that energy? And when we're talking about preserving energy for men, we're talking about not busting nuts.
Yeah, not busting nuts into your sheets.
Yes. So.
Or socks.
So what are the advantage of that beside the energy, beside the fact that you're gonna attract more people?
Well, more energy. Like we just said, everything is energy.
Yeah,
right?
because I also think that you can have that energy, but if you don't have purpose, you're not going to do anything with it.
Well, the demons are going to walk you down and you're going to bust a nut again. That's what's going to happen. Because that energy has to express itself. It's either going to come out through the cheapest way. It's like a dam, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like a dam. If it's, you know, if there's you find the cheapest crack and come out. You know what I mean? So, what you have to do is, one, working out. Yeah. That's one thing. You know what I mean. You can use it to build yourself. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Build yourself, heal yourself, and build yourself, and then you can spread it out into. What are your life? Whoever is listening on the other side, what are your life dreams? Do you think that needs energy to achieve?
Yeah, of course.
Right. Do you want to quit certain habits? You need energy for that. Yeah. Everything you do, you need energy. So you're always going to benefit from more energy. But keeping this energy, it's such a significant amount that you have to have some stuff to channel it into. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to release it. Because it's the most primordial energy. It's sexual energy, bro. It's energy that drives everything.
Do women have the same thing?
They do. Okay. But also, there's a reason why women start to glow when you have sex with them.
Okay, why is that?
Because they get to tap into that energy, right?
Interesting. Okay.
Now, that energy is coming from God, right? But it comes through men. They have the seed. You know, don't think of it as just a sexual thing. It's a life. Yeah. It's a life liquid. You know, it's almost like the fountain of youth, the elixir of life, whatever you want to call it. But